Let's say you are sitting at home and flipping through channels on your television. You are introduced to strangers trapped within a lavish house. They are fighting, weeping, scheming, and smiling sometimes. You say to yourself, just one episode, but hours later, you are glued to the screen, analyzing every step they take. Now, take a moment to stop and say, why? What is that millions, from students to professionals, watch Bigg Boss scrutinizingly? And why do we cheer for someone we have never met and despise someone we have never known? What's so addictive about this show that people literally rearrange their lives for it? Here is a scarier one. Is it merely entertainment or something more? Today, we really get into the inner workings of the mind of Bigg Boss. How Bigg Boss controls you, makes you do things that you have never imagined you would do, and helps alter your perceptions of reality itself. So, buckle up. You are about to see this show as you have never seen it before. Drama. This becomes the lifeline of Bigg Boss. Let's be honest, the dramatic fights and surprise backstabbers keep you watching. But here is the kicker, it's not just drama, it's mind bite. It is in human nature to pay attention to conflict. It is an instinct for survival that dates back to ancient times, when identifying a threat could be a matter of life and death. It is known among psychologists as conflict voyeurism. In short, we are instinctually attracted to watch conflicts because it cools the same brain circuits that aided our forefathers' survival. But here is the twist. In Bigg Boss, the drama is intentional. All the arguments, all the fights are increased through clever editing. A leaked report from former reality TV editors showed that footage is selected to create the most sensational version of reality possible. A 2-second smirk can be looped to become a scheming grin. An innocent remark can be treated as an attack. Now, consider, are you watching real life or something crafted to reel you in? Bigg Boss is not a show, it is a mirror. The contestants are not just random people, they are fragments of us. Ever wonder why you have such a strong connection or repulsion towards certain contestants? That's called projection. Research in the Journal of Media Psychology found that people project their own characteristics on TV characters without even realizing it. The contestant you love, perhaps, they are who you imagine yourself to be: daring, assured, unapologetic. And the one you hate, perhaps, they remind you of someone you dislike in real life. Or worse, they expose parts of yourself you have learned to hide. But then here is the question, are your opinions about the contestants are really about them or about yourself? Did you ever shed tears seeing Bigg Boss? Experienced anger, sympathy, or joy so intense that it felt real? That is not accident, it is intentional. Reality show producers understand something that most of us overlook. Emotions are contagious. Psychologists refer to this as emotional contagion. If we see someone feeling strong emotions, anger, sadness, or happiness, our brains mimic those emotions. It is also why you might get goosebumps when a contestant wins or a lump in your throat when they break down. But Bigg Boss doesn't just trigger emotion, it amplifies it. Consider for a moment the tearful contestant, the swelling violence, the slow motion replay, the zoom into their quivering face. They are pulling every trick in the book for maximum impact. Research published in the Journal of Media Influence explains that the reality TV producers purposefully utilize effective editing to enhance viewer emotions. Tasks are designed to stretch contestants to their breaking point, leading them to display their raw emotions. But here is the more dark side. Sometimes what you are watching is not quite as raw it is appears. Producers at times intervene behind the scenes, urging contestants to respond more dramatically or designing scenarios that are sure to produce tears or fury. And guess what? You at home, alone on the couch, are feeling it all. So, the next time you are getting choked up over a contestant's misfortune, ask yourself, am I really feeling this, or is somebody else playing the puppeteer? In Bigg Boss, why do contestants form alliances with anyone so soon? Is it just strategy, or is it something deeper? Psychologists such as Henry Tajfel would say it is instinct. His social identity theory describes how people organically create us versus them identities. This instinct is hardwired in our DNA. It kept our ancestors alive. In the jungle, belonging to a group meant safety. Today, in the Bigg Boss house, that translates to survival in a literal sense. But here is the interesting part. Alliances in Bigg Boss are not always rooted in logic. They are emotional. Contestants tend to lean toward those who comfort them, not who can help them win. And when someone betrays that confidence, all hell breaks loose. Now, think about the viewers. Alliances in the house tend to inspire similar behavior outside of it in the form of fan armies. On Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, users fight digital wars over their favorite contestants. Why? Because Bigg Boss has erased the distinction between reality TV and real reality. In fact, a 2023 survey by the Reality Media Analysis Group concluded that 72% of viewers take part in online conversation about their favorite contestants. What's shocking? Many are honest that they have changed their minds about real life relationships from what they have seen in the show. So, here is a tough question for you. Are you forming your own opinions, or are you just following the herd? In Bigg Boss, controversy is not a bug, it is a future. More the noise in a fight, higher the TRP. So, why does controversy work so much better? Let's rewind to 2009. Remember that Bigg Boss season where kitchen duties turned into national debate? Ratings for that season shattered records. And this is not exclusive to Bigg Boss. Reality TV operates on the concept no publicity is bad publicity. Experts in media psychology explain this using the concept of moral outrage. When you observe someone acting like a raving lunatic, it elicits a fierce emotional reaction: anger, revulsion, even disbelief. And here is the thing: outrage gets you talking. Whether you are complaining to a friend, posting on social media, or arguing in a fan forum, you are advertising the show's reach for free. But here is where it gets outside the box ethically. Are we, the audience, complicit in bad behavior? Consider when contestants understand that being loud and controversial earns them more screen time, not to mention potentially more endorsement deals. Why would they bother to be fair? So, the question is, are we consuming controversy or creating it? Bigg Boss is no longer just a show. It is a social media phenomenon. The real drama is not content. It is not in the house. It is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So, here is how it works. The moment an episode airs, hundreds of thousands of fans scramble to social media, analyzing every moment. But here is the thing: social media doesn't just mirror your opinions, it influences them. Platforms such as Twitter use engagement driven algorithms. That means the most controversial, emotionally charged posts bubble up. Psychologists refer to this as the echo chamber effect. You are surrounded with opinions that mirror your own, deepening your biases and fueling your passions. According to a report by the Digital Sociology Institute, 85% of Bigg Boss fans admitted that they based their opinions of contestants on whether they are trending on social media or not. That's huge. It means that your favorite contestant may not even be your pick, it may be Twitter's. So, ask yourself, are your thoughts really yours or borrowed from the internet? If you think Bigg Boss is hard to watch, living it must be tough. Contestants spend months in a house where they live under round the clock surveillance without privacy, an escape outlet, and where every move is judged and picked apart by the audience. Is it any wonder that so many contestants leave the show emotionally scared? A 2021 study published in the Journal of Mental Health and Reality TV found that more than 60% of the contestants on the reality television said they experienced heightened anxiety, depression, and low self esteem after their shows ended. So, why do people keep signing up? The answer is simple: fame. The lure of immediate fame and sponsorship money can sometimes blind contestants to the possible emotional price. Is a couple of months of fame worth a lifetime of scrutiny? Bigg Boss is not only entertaining, it's lingering. Long after a season is over, fans are still discussing their favorite contestants and iconic moments. Why? Because the show taps into something deeper. Remember that contestant who looked like your best friend, or the task that mirror a challenge in your own life. Psychologists call this emotional anchoring. Bigg Boss connects its movement to your individual lives that makes it unforgettable. According to a 2022 report released by Cultural Memory Foundation, 68% of reality TV show fans can even recall specific contestants and moments 10 years later. Why? Because these shows don't merely tell stories, they forge shared memories. So, here is the bottom line question: is Bigg Boss mirroring your life or molding it? After all this, the picture comes up a little bigger. So, is Bigg Boss merely a show or a social experiment? It is a mirror, a manipulator, and a money making mission, a one stop shop. But the question is, who is really in control? Is it the contestants, the producers, or you, the viewer? Think about it. And the next time you sit down to watch, remember, you are not just eating Bigg Boss, it is consuming you.